What is up, everyone? It's your boy Richie Rich back at it again, and today I wanted to go over my top 5 books for anyone who's starting a business or wanting to start a business. Now, I get the question a lot: how do I start a business? Or I want to start a business. More people say I want to start a business than ask questions, but running a business is not as complicated as most people think. And most people think that you need thousands of dollars, millions of dollars to start a business. But now with the internet, especially, it is so much easier to actually start a business. You can start businesses from home, using social media and many other things. And I wanted to share with you my top 5 books that really helped me in the beginning of my journey, for me to move from the mindset of, just working and making wages to actually being able to start a business. Now, the first book that I recommend to anyone is, it's over here, The $100 Startup. Now, this book is super, let's say, it's a really easy read. It's like the beginner's entrepreneur book. This is the book that got me started in entrepreneurship, made me decide that running a business was not as hard as it seems. The book just goes on to break any illusions that you might have about opening a business and what it actually takes for a business. And there's a lot of ideas in this book to actually get you started on your path to really think about business not as a concept where you need more resources, but being resourceful. So there's a bunch of examples in this book of people being resourceful and starting businesses or side businesses that they turn into replace their actual income. The book has many examples, like the guy who would bike to mattress stores and buy mattresses that were not selling well, and then cheat and then sell them for a profit to some of his friends and online. It cost him very little to start up that business, maybe a couple $1,000s, and he was able to make it actually. He was able to make enough money where he could quit his full-time job, and this is something that he did part-time. There's so many examples in this book and so many good concepts and ideas that if for anyone who wants to be an entrepreneur, you should definitely check out the $100 Startup. It'll really get your brain working again, rewiring it to think resourcefully instead of just thinking about resources. The second book that I would recommend, and the ultimate classic, is Think and Grow Rich. Now, Think and Grow Rich is more about your mindset, but mindset is so important when you're running a business or being an entrepreneur. And Think and Grow Rich really is the foundational book of like modern day personal development in capitalism. Napoleon Hill basically studied Dale Carnegie, who was the wealthiest man alive, and with his permission went and interviewed the most successful people at that time in America. And he collected their principles and their core philosophies into this book, Think and Grow Rich. And if you're not too sure what the book's actually about, well, it's pretty much in the title. You just think and grow rich. But it's a great book. The average millionaire has read this book, and it's just a classic. Everyone should read Think and Grow Rich. It really set the foundation for the modern day personal development movement. Now, the third book I would recommend for anyone starting a business is Zig Ziglar's Secrets of Closing the Sale. Now, some people would say this book is outdated and that the tactics in this book don't work anymore. I would actually disagree. I think the reason why classic sales techniques are classics is because they don't stop working. They just work for whatever reason. Like the Benjamin Franklin close, the door handle close, all these closes in this book, they still work. And I was a salesperson for 9 months. I used the tactics in here. They work, okay? People might be saying, oh, well, people are just getting too smart for sales tactics. There's something inherent about the classic sales tactics that work on your, like, it's almost like a biological level. It works on your fears, and it works on your natural, I guess, drive for survival. And I think that's what makes sales tactics classics. Now, again, there's a lot of good stuff about sales mentally here and as well. How you should view sales, and how you should view sales as something where you're helping somebody as opposed to trying to get something out of them. It's a great book. There's like literally hundreds of sales tactics. I think there's at least 40 in here. A lot of good examples and a lot of good stuff about having a good mindset towards sales as well. And sales is going to be extremely, extremely important in your business, because if you can't sell anyone your product, or you can't sell your business to investors, then you're going to have a very hard time getting things up and running. Now, the fourth book is along the similar lines of the last two, which is another classic. It's How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Oh, I'm sorry, and it wasn't Dale Carnegie that Napoleon Hill studied under. It was actually Andrew Carnegie, who was a steel magnate. He just was super rich at the time. But this book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People, also a phenomenal book. It teaches you how to look at things from other people's perspective and basically put your perspective aside for a while and actually listen to people. Listening is extremely effective because, well, all of business is literally about people. Business is all about people. Essentially, living your life is all about people. Everything that human beings do is to serve other people, if you think about it. From the janitor, he's serving other people by keeping the area clean, to the CEO, he's serving his entire company by making sure everything runs properly, everyone's getting paid, and that the customers are getting the services that they need. All of human society is one giant, everyone scratching each other's backs. Like, we're all helping each other. So by you improving your people skills and being able to understand people better and being able to like put your ego aside, you'll be able to better handle those people situations, be more likable, and that'll ultimately help not only your business life but your life in general. This is a great book. Just if you're interested in interpersonal relationships, it's an amazing book for that. Now, the last book, and this is also considered another classic, is the 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene. I would actually recommend The Art of War, personally. Let me see if I have that. 1 second. So, yes, I actually do have it. So, The Art of War. Now, why is Art of War considered a classic business book? Why is something so violent compared to essentially a non-physical sport, which is business or entrepreneurship? Well, like I said in the $100 startup over here, a lot of business is about being resourceful. And if you think about business as a pretty much an army, like you're commanding an army, whereas instead of having soldiers, you have money, this book will make a lot of sense to you. It's a great book on strategy in general that does not only apply to physical violence and actual warfare, but there's a lot of stuff in here about psychology and just how to strategize in a game that can be just how to strategize in a game that you could put in a zero-term sense. Because business, yes, it's all about collaboration and abundance and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, there is a zero-sum game being played. If someone pays you, if someone pays your competitors money over you, then obviously you're not going to get that money. So it's zero. There is a zero-sum element to that. And The Art of War is an amazing book at teaching you philosophies and strategies on how to maximize your resources. For some people, you might not see the correlation, but there's a strong correlation. And if you read the book, I'm telling you, it will make improvements to your business life. It'll just twist the way that you actually look at resources and strategy in general, business strategy. Those are my top 5 books for business. If someone said to me, hey, we're going to take all your business away and you can only pick 5 books that you have to relearn all your business from, I would pick these 5 books here. Now, I also have a bonus, ching-ching, of 2 books that I think people who are interested in starting their own business should read. And that is Trump's Art of the Deal and Elon Musk by Ashley Vance. Now, why those 2 books in particular? Because I've read other books on entrepreneurs such as Steve Jobs and Richard Branson, and I highly recommend those books as well. But I picked these 2 books because they're just extremely polarizing. Elon Musk is not about making money at all. He's all about just challenging the status quo and just fucking shit up just because he thinks that the world should change. So this is a very interesting person to study as an entrepreneur, especially if you're going into something like social entrepreneurship or your goals are beyond just making money. On the flip side, Donald Trump is all about that money. He just wants to make money. Yes, he does have a bit of his like own philosophy and every business person really does. They believe that they're helping people doing this. At the end of the day, though, Donald Trump, he's about them dollars. That's what he's known for. He's known for that great branding, and it's a good read. It just shows you some of his deals. Say what you will about Donald Trump, but he's made money, so you can always learn from people, even if you don't like them as well. You don't have to like people to necessarily learn from them. Even bad books can contain bits of knowledge. But I'm getting sidetracked. That's pretty much the video for today. Those are the books I would recommend to people. The $100 Startup, that's what you should start off with, I believe. Then Think and Grow Rich, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I don't even remember. Oh yeah, The Secrets to Closing a Sale by Zig Ziglar, and then The Art of War. If The Art of War is too much for you, you could also go for the 33 Strategies of War. I prefer The Art of War though. That's it, guys. I'll be making more videos like this where I recommend more books, depending on what you're trying to achieve in your life. And we'll also go back into reviewing some more programs, since I've actually completed some more programs. And I'm actually completed some fun challenges as well. On that note as well, our Millionaire Mastermind has been growing. It's been really fun having the meetups in Toronto to meet other people who are like-minded, who are entrepreneurs, who are looking to be entrepreneurs, or have, just want to be in an environment where they can grow and share their knowledge. So if you're interested, I'll leave the links below here, and you can also apply. We're still looking for our first 100 members. We're around 20 now, so it's steadily growing, which I'm excited about. Even if you know someone who may be interested, please share the link below. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a great day.